Yeah, so it's less about the size, I would suppose, and more about the sort of the mindset of the ownership and leadership. But we typically would work with companies in the 10 employees to about 100, right?
Okay.
And you get beyond that, you start to get into it's a bit beyond our scope, right? You start to have teams that you need to have of consultants, and we're a two-person
Right.
shop. And all the automation and tools we have, yeah, but that's another set of specialized expertise required as you get to now you've got a C-suite and you've got
Hmm.
to interact with that, and you've got different political dynamics between CTO and CEO and CMO and
Yes.
different budget. It starts to get a little bit unwieldy, and so we've found that our sweet spot is that kind of mid-market, kind of just growing out of SMB, where they've done a really good job of growing manually.
Hmm.
Because an SMB is defined, I think, by the census as 100 persons or less,
Okay.
right? And they're ready to kind of make that next leap into a sort of a mid-market company.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So you try to
And
stay
they're the
under
ones who are
100
most
employees, kind of.
get the most value we've found because there is enough people doing enough things that are wasteful and are repetitive that you can really start to see ROI.
And so once you implement the technology, let's say it's AI, like you mentioned, the voice calling and then organizing and then documents and all that sort of, typical what I would call AI solution,
Yeah.
then are you also providing like the management of that, as a recurring fee essentially?
Yeah, so there's kind of two models, and it's for the client to decide which one they want. Or there's really, I guess, three. So one is they have internal technical teams, a CTO or IT staff who are very comfortable with maintaining an implementation, and maybe they want a few hours of consultative time here and there, and then we'll just do that hourly, right? More likely, because the systems are complicated and the reason they came to us is they do not have that on staff expertise.
Mm.
And we'll do a retainer where we'll devote so many hours a month to either ongoing training, uh, system maintenance, upgrading. For example, we had a very small automation for a very large client, and I got an email yesterday or day before, and they said it's not working, and we don't know why. It just doesn't seem to be doing anything. And I said, okay, let me check on it. And I was dreading it because I'm like, oh gosh, something is broken. It's going to be a whole mess. Well, I went in. It was the baseline of its make, which is just like N8N,
Yes.
and Claude had deprecated the model.
Oh, wow. I wouldn't
Right.
have
So
guessed that.
yeah, the model that
Okay.
was using was deprecated. I did a little bit of 2 seconds of research, saw the error, and so I literally had to go through and just click 10 different places to update from Claude 3.5 Sonnet, whatever the
Hmm.
version was, to Claude 4.5 Haiku,
Oh, man.
which I
That's
knew would
interesting.
accomplish the same thing because, again, I work with all these models
Yeah.
faster, less expensively for the client because they have their own API keys, and fixed. But
I
you've got
would,
to do that
when
well.
you said that, because I've run into something similar. It's like it's working brilliantly, and then all of a sudden I get this alert. It's not working. I'm like, no. So you go there thinking you're gonna have to troubleshoot like this entire web of like a
Oh yeah,
workflow, and then it was like the billing. Like we
yeah,
didn't pay we didn't have it on auto billing or something.
yeah.
So once the credits ran out, it
Credit card
stopped.
expired, whatever. Yeah,